Right now, with just 2 days to spare, President Biden signs legislation lifting the nation's debt ceiling and avoided an unprecedented default on federal debt. But first, one Madison man is marking National Gun Violence Awareness Month by turning the weapons into tools for growth. Those stories and more coming up right now at 6. Thank you for joining us tonight. For many, the effort to end gun violence starts at the legislative level, but one Madison man is taking more of a grassroots approach, forging a new path by getting guns off the street and into the garden. Braden Ross has that story.
We're all touched and affected by gun violence to one degree or another.
After years of performing funeral services for those lost to gun violence, retired Pastor Jeff Wild knew he wanted to make a change.
It's a hurt, not only for family and friends, but our entire communities, our entire nation.
So when he found an organization that turns surrendered firearms into gardening tools, it just felt right.
It's grounded in scripture, swords into plowshares and spears into pruning hooks.
For the last 2 years, he's been holding surrender events like this one, taking people's unwanted guns and giving them a new life.
I turn them into either a garden trowel or what's called a mattock. I think of it as a small pickaxe.
Here's how it works. Community members bring in guns that, for whatever reason, they no longer want or need.
Then he said, I'm a hunter, I own guns, but when my brother died, I inherited these AR-15s.
Volunteers then take the weapons, no questions asked, and destroy them. The person who gave up the gun gets a gift card, and Wild takes the pieces home to work his magic.
There you have it.
Once the gardening tools are forged,
they are sold, and for the income that's received on that, that money goes to purchase gift cards for the next upcoming safe surrender event.
Wild says he's happy to give people a safe and peaceful way to get rid of their unwanted weapons.
They don't have to worry about someone being harmed in the home or having them stolen or selling them to someone where you don't really know what will happen from there.
For News 3 Now, I'm Braden Ross.
And at today's event, Wild and his team collected and destroyed 20 guns. If you missed it, they're holding another safe surrender next Saturday from 9 to noon at Midvale Community Lutheran Church. All right, let's head outside now for a look at your first warn forecast with meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary, it's tropical out there, the heat.
Well, you know, actually, from a humidity standpoint, it's really not all that bad. The humidity levels are low, but the temperatures are high, and you're certainly feeling that. But it could feel a lot worse had we had some humidity. Let's take a look at the visible cloud track. You can see we've had sunshine for much of the day today. There have been some clusters of stronger thunderstorms in northeastern Wisconsin, and then across parts of Iowa and Minnesota back into parts of Nebraska and South Dakota. You can see these clusters of showers and storms. One moved through northern Wisconsin back toward the southwest, but southern Wisconsin, for the most part, has been precipitation free. There's been very little in the way of shower or thunderstorm activity, and as you take a look at 6-hour future track radar, the chances for any rain this evening are going to be very slim. Otherwise, low temperatures this morning started out in the upper 50s to around 60 degrees. Current temperatures are in the mid-80s to around 90 degrees. Lone Rock right now at 90, but you can see here in Dane County, 87 in Stoughton, 88 degrees right now in Cross Plains. You factor in the humidity, and the temperature is about the same as the heat index, so that's the good news at least. Otherwise, look for skies to be partly cloudy, just an outside chance of a shower or thunderstorm this evening as temperatures drop off into the lower 70s. Later on, I'll take a look at how long this heat will last and if there's any relief in sight.
All right, Gary, thank you. A 19-year-old Verona man has been sentenced to 2.5 years in prison after pleading guilty in February to a charge of being a felon in possession of a firearm. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Western District of Wisconsin, Lazarick Austin will also spend 3 years on supervised release. Austin had been convicted of felony car theft in Dane County in May of last year, but failed to appear in court for sentencing in July, leading to a warrant being issued for his arrest. A month later, detectives found Austin at an apartment in Middleton and arrested him. Inside the apartment, they found a handgun with Austin's DNA on it. An investigation turned up numerous photos of Austin holding multiple guns, including in vehicles in Madison and Chicago. Austin allegedly told detectives he posed in the photos to look tough. Well, President Biden has signed the debt ceiling deal, averting a default that could have been catastrophic for the economy if it comes as the presidential race is heating up. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides reports.
That's why I'm speaking to you tonight, to report on the crisis averted.
After speaking to the nation Friday, on Saturday, President Biden signed the bipartisan deal brokered with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy to raise the nation's debt ceiling and avoid default, releasing these images on Twitter. The deal averts what economists say would have surely been an economic collapse just 2 days before that June 5th deadline.
No one got everything they wanted, but the American people got what they needed.
The deal, harshly criticized by some in both the right and left, has been a hot topic for GOP hopefuls out on the campaign trail, like Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
The nation was careening towards bankruptcy prior to that debt deal, and the nation is still careening towards bankruptcy after that debt deal.
On Saturday, former Vice President Mike Pence rode alongside 250 motorcyclists in Des Moines as part of Iowa's annual Roast and Ride event, hosted by GOP Senator Joni Ernst. Pence is expected to launch his presidential bid next week.
And I'm here in Iowa today, and I'll be back a little bit later next week.
Nearly the entire field of GOP contenders was at the Iowa event, including DeSantis. Former President Trump made stops in Iowa on Thursday. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
And while the debt ceiling deal may have averted a crisis, some analysts say our economy remains overheated. A new jobs report from the U.S. added some 339,000 jobs last month, nearly double of what was expected. Well, tonight, Halloween came early at Screamin' Acres west of Stoughton as they hold their first ever out-of-season event called Halfway to Halloween. It's sort of a sneak peek at what is changing for this year while still allowing some guests to be scared. Director of Operations Kyle Kozabowski says part of why Screamin' Acres is as frightful as it is because they work year-round designing and upgrading their sets.
We're not out here copying movie sets and copying even movie characters, anything like that. All of our actors come up with original characters. All of our sets are completely original. We just really take the time to put in a lot of detail into every nook and cranny of the place.
Tonight's event costs $20 for admission, which is about $12 less than their price in October. So if you need a scare, well, tonight's the night to do so. Tickets are on sale at screaminacres.com. More stories are coming up next on News 3 Now. How bikers with visual impairments are still able to ride with some help in tandem.
In 1930, we began helping people in Milwaukee who were hurt and killed by the carelessness of others. For more than 90 years, the awards for our clients totals well into the billions of dollars, probably more than all the other personal injury firms in the state combined. When entering a negotiation, it helps to have that reputation on your side. We have the talent and resources to take on the big corporations. For regular people all over Wisconsin. Habish, Habish & Rotier, national reputation, hometown service.
You got me. Okay, you're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. For the guarantee of high-quality promotional items delivered on time, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Why should you have to continue to do that? Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. And once again, you're called upon by your family to serve and protect. We want you to know we are here to support you. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. It's not easy to ask for a hand up, but we are clear in our mission. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again. 833-WISC-VRAP. That's 833-947-8727.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save. You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Area bike riders who may not be able to cycle independently are getting a chance with the help of others. Random Tandem is a free program from Budget Bicycle Center and the Wisconsin Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired. Budget Bikes set someone up with a tandem bike driven by a partner, along with helmets and a lock if needed.
It's a wonderful feeling being able to still bike because it allows me to do physical activity that I have enjoyed historically and would feel really more limited in my leisure and physical exercise activities if I couldn't bike still.
All you need to do is contact Budget Bicycle and have you and your partner give them your IDs. Well, don't let chronic pain slow you down. Yoga blends movements and poses with deep breathing, meditation, and stretching, and has many potential health and physical benefits that can help you fight your chronic pain. Nadia Torres from Consumer Reports shows us how.
Hi, Talia, welcome. Come on in.
Talia Castroposo turned to yoga after developing back pain.
After my pregnancy and, dancing professionally for so many years, I had a lot of back pain, and basically yoga really helped me, feel better.
Whether it's your hip, back, knee, or shoulder, yoga may help manage chronic pain.
It improves flexibility and helps build muscle and core strength, which can help alleviate discomfort.
Inhale, arch the back.
If you have chronic pain, Chaja, who is a certified yoga teacher, recommends finding the right type of yoga class for you.
Find a class that has the words beginner in the title, or slow, or gentle, restorative. If your issue is really intense, maybe you want to find a chair class. Inhale, lift your head, your shoulders.
Chaja says the Cobra pose can help relieve some stress from back pain.
This pose is very good for creating stability in the lower back and flexibility in the lower back, so it firms all the muscles in the back body.
Busy schedule? Try yoga classes online. Just make sure you have a good yoga mat, like the IUGA Pro Non-Slip Yoga Mat that has good CR ratings for cushioning and grip.
Yoga may also have mental health benefits. The deep breathing involved, for example, can help relieve stress.
After practicing yoga, I feel integrated, I feel happy, I feel flexible, I feel ready to take on the day.
This is Nadia Torres.
Consumer Reports suggests getting your doctor's okay before starting a yoga program and seeking out knowledgeable teachers. Also, during class, don't be afraid to skip some postures or ask the teacher for modifications. Still ahead at 6, authorities in Iowa revealed they got a warning call about the condition of a building just hours before a large section went down. And Gary's back with another check of your first warn forecast when we return.
You got me.
Tag, you're it.
Imagine a world with no drama. With 4imprint, you don't have to chase down the perfect promotional products. Exclusive apparel, bags, drinkware, and more. 4imprint will help you capture the moment and guarantee to deliver your order on time and on budget. Take the drama out of ordering promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
At the Butler household, we celebrate a little differently. Now we can easily assign chores and the kids get paid for them right away. So they're learning valuable financial lessons and I'm getting a clean house.
Learn more about the Mind and Money tool at ECU.com.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote online today for Don's Home Furniture and Best Furniture, Best Home Accessories, and Best Outdoor Living. Vote for Don's Home Furniture Best of Madison at madisonmagazine.com.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Want to work out for free? This summer at Anytime Fitness, you can get up to 3 months free. Get more for your membership than just machines with 24/7 access and a community of support. Hurry! The earlier you join, the more you save. Stop into Anytime Fitness now and get the summer free.
At Papa Murphy's, we do more than just pizza. We do calzones.
Actually, I do the calzones.
And how do you do it, Dad?
How do I do it? How do I do it?
Order now at papamurphys.com.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. Plus, get free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-501-5956 or go online to buybionic360.com. Call now.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Rescuers in India are scrambling to find survivors following the train crash that has left hundreds of people dead. At least 288 people were killed and more than 1,000 were injured after 2 passenger trains and a freight train collided in the eastern state of Odisha on Friday. Unfortunately, the death toll is expected to increase. An official with the National Disaster Response Force called the accident one of the most serious accidents in the country this century. The cause of the crash is unknown, but the railway minister says a high-level inquiry has been ordered. Next tonight, new details have been released on the Iowa apartment building that partially collapsed last Sunday. A 911 call obtained by the Quad City Times reveals authorities received a warning call about the condition of the building before a large section went down. The operations director of the Downtown Davenport Partnership asked authorities to check out the building's integrity after reports that a wall was bulging outward.
Well, it's more of it's something might need checked out. I work for the Downtown Davenport Partnership. One of my guys is working. He was cleaning up in the back parking lot and said that the wall is bulging out. Someone is there working on it and told him to get out of the way because it's not looking good.
Rescuers on site have shifted from a rescue mission to a recovery mission. While no deaths have been reported, 3 residents who lived in the building are still unaccounted for. First responders say they're setting up for demolition because the structure is unstable and dangerous. All right, let's get a look at your first warm forecast with meteorologist Gary Canalti.
It was a toasty day today, but the humidity levels were tolerable. That's probably the best thing I could say about the heat that we had today. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for warm weather for tomorrow and for Monday with high temperatures in the middle 80s. Should be dry for tomorrow, but there will be a chance of some showers and thunderstorms, especially Monday afternoon, Monday night. Could even linger a little bit into Tuesday morning. But after that, we're looking for dry weather for the rest of Tuesday through at least Friday of next week. And we could use the rain. We're not looking at much in the way of precipitation. This is rain vision rainfall estimates over the last 12 hours. You can see one little shower over parts of western Columbia County, some showers up north of Camp Douglas, a few sprinkles over southwestern Wisconsin. That's pretty much been it as far as the rain is concerned. And if you take a look at the rainfall over the last 5 days, you can still see there are plenty of areas that haven't seen any rainfall at all, while other areas nearby may have picked up as much as 1 inch to 1.5 inches, maybe as much as 2, 3, or 4 inches in a couple of localized spots. So there are the haves and the have-nots. And high-resolution radar right now, you can see just a little shower popping up over parts of northeastern Iowa County, or right around Hollandale, and then a couple of showers just to the west of Toma, moving to the west and southwest. There have been some stronger thunderstorms over northeastern Wisconsin, but these will fizzle out by the time they try to work their way southward, because you take a look at 6-hour future track radar, and just like the last couple of nights, as soon as the sun goes down, the energy goes away, and these storms really fall apart pretty quickly. So not looking at much in the way of precipitation overnight. Taking a look at future track precipitation, this is over the next 10 days. Again, very little in the way of precipitation, 1/10 to maybe 1/4 of an inch at a time that we should be looking at about 1 inch to 1.5 inches over a 10-day period. So that's not going to help the drought situation. You can see abnormally dry conditions over southern and northwestern Wisconsin, the more severe drought and exceptional drought conditions over parts of eastern Nebraska into western Kansas, although they've been getting some rain recently, and that's helped out. You can see the showers and thunderstorms there, but we've been under this this northerly flow aloft and near the ground, winds out of the east and northeast, and the air is pretty dry. So any showers and storms that do try to come back in this direction just kind of fall apart. And you can see there's really no fronts around either that can generate precipitation. So it's pretty hot, especially to the south across parts of northern Illinois. Temperatures there are in the lower 90s, but we've been up around 90, and La Crosse still at 91, Madison right now at 86 degrees. Planning your night across Dane County, look for a low of 62 in Mount Vernon, 61 in Sauk City, and 62 in DeForest, with clear to partly cloudy skies across the rest of southern Wisconsin, 61 Watertown, 62 Milwaukee, and 57 in Camp Douglas. For tomorrow, look for skies to be mostly sunny. It'll be warm, high temperature at 85. But again, the humidity levels will make it feel a little more tolerable. Rainfall from Monday afternoon through Monday night and early Tuesday morning, spotty. A few areas could pick up a quarter to a half inch. Most areas that get rain will see around a 1/10 of an inch or less, and many areas may miss out on the rain altogether. First warn 7 to 10 day forecast. Temperatures drop back into the 70s for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Very nice looking weather there. Friday back up into the middle 80s, and then another chance for thunderstorms Saturday of next weekend, followed by a bit of a drop in temperatures on Sunday, but back up into the 80s for Monday and Tuesday. I mean, overall, that's a pretty good looking forecast. It's just now we're at the point where we do need some rain.
Yeah, so you're an avid baseball fan. Would you brave the baseball stadium in this heat to watch the Cubs?
Oh, absolutely. I've been in a lot worse than this.
Wow, okay.
So, yeah, you'd find me out there in 100-degree weather.
There we go.
And also in 35-degree weather, because that's all. I've already been there this year.
Wow, you're dedicated. That's awesome. Thanks, Gary.
Sure.
And if you like watching soccer, a reminder, you can watch tonight's 7 o'clock Forward Madison FC match against Central Valley Fuego on channel3000.com, thanks to Television Wisconsin. Tonight is the second of 5 matches this season that will be streamed online free of any subscription. You can find Television Wisconsin with an over-the-air antenna on Channel 3.2 or in Spectrum streaming apps, also on DirecTV Channel 14. Matches will be streamed on Channel 3000's Forward Madison FC page and on the free Channel 3000 Plus streaming app. Well, still ahead, Day 2 of State Track featured many Madison area winners. Stick around for sports with Andrew to see who won.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today.
Have you ever been challenged, been tried, made a pact with your own limits? Have you been here, there, places no one should go? If you have, then you know that whatever you're capable of, so are we. No wonder Ford SUVs lead in brand loyalty. Now get an Explorer and get 0% APR financing for 36 months, $1,000 low APR cash, and $1,000 retail bonus cash. See your dealer.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you for Imprint certain?
Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
For Imprint, for certain.
Water is one of nature's most beautiful and life-sustaining resources. At no fault of their own, many Wisconsin utility customers are facing a shutoff to their water service. This leaves them without the one life-giving resource we all take for granted. And those hardest hit are on fixed incomes, juggling multiple temporary jobs, or those who lost full-time jobs in sectors hardest hit by the pandemic. If someone you care about needs a hand up, your local Wisconsin energy providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your water, heat, and power on. If you are in danger of losing your water service, call 833-H2O-WISC, 833-426-9472. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
You can smell it long before you see it. A little pungent in here. Oh my gosh. Yep, there's nothing like Lindbergher, and there's only one place in the country that makes it. Come along as I travel to Ground Zero to take in the smell of success. Thursday at 6. Oh.
State track was back in action for its final day, and all the chips were on the table under the beating hot sun. After a strong day one, Madison area athletes took center stage once more on day two. In Division 2, we'll start with the boys' 1,600-meter run. Whitewater's Jack Hefty entered as the top seed and finished how he started, atop the podium with a time of 4:16.47. In the 4x2, it was Andrew Kelly leading McFarland to a new school record and a state championship. The Spartans cruised to a first-place finish in a 1:28.07 finish. And in the pole vault, Bigfoot's Caden Rambit. You gotta check this out. 15 feet 2 inches to set a new state record in the D2 title.
I was just hella happy. I was going around this turn on the second lap, and I said, I'm going to be the state champion, because I just knew, like right there.
I looked immediately to the board, and then I saw that McFarland shoot right up to the #1 spot. I started throwing my hands up. I'm like, this is it. Like, nothing else is going to happen. We're state champions.
On the girls' side, it was another banner day for Turner's Rachel Cleaver. The Trojan senior took first place in the wheelchair 1,600 and then followed that up with another state title in the wheelchair 400. And Kendall Kyler anchored Whitewater to a first-place finish in the 4x2 with a time of 1:49.95.
It just means so much, especially because this team is like my family. I really just support and love for everybody, so it was a really good experience.
It's a pretty crazy experience for 3 of us. It's our last season, so we kind of just went out there and put down everything we had and just hoped it'd be good enough.
And after beating the Reds in extras Friday, a banged-up Brewer squad with 14 guys on the injured list brought their A game to Great American Ballpark. Christian Yelich lasers one back where it came from to score Joey Weimer. That would put Milwaukee up 3-1 in the second. And then in the third, Blake Perkins entered this game with 0 homers and 1 RBI on the year. He'd change that in one swing of the bat. How about a grand salami for the 26-year-old? Scores a quartet of Brewers to blow this game open. The Reds, though, did come back. They had the bases loaded and a chance to win in the bottom of the 9th, but the Crew narrowly held on to the win, 10-8 the final. Turning to the hardwood, where Wisconsin basketball just picked up the highest-rated recruit of the Greg Gard era in Daniel Freitag. The number 8-rated point guard in the nation also received a handful of D1 football offers, including one from Luke Fickell to suit up at Camp Randall. But it was the Minnesota native's relationship with Greg Gard that made the difference.
It was Wisconsin because just, the bond I had with Coach Gard and, Coach Krabenhoff and everybody was just, unmatched. I think they did a really good job recruiting me these last 2 years, and they haven't offered any other point guards in my grade or surrounding grades, and that kind of shows how much trust they had in, landing me.
There you go. And it was a hot day to try to run track today, Mike.
Yeah, no kidding. But the heat will start to break up over the next couple of days as we take a look at the live view from the WISC-TV Skycam. Skies are mainly clear here. Same thing with the Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam. The air is still pretty dry, even though it's warm. And you can see on high-resolution radar, maybe a sprinkle or two out there in Iowa County out around Hollandale. But the 6-hour future track radar shows not much in the way of precipitation. Temperatures right now away from Lake Michigan, mid-80s to around 90 degrees.
There we go. So stay cool out there. We'll see you again tonight on News 3 Now at 10.